Welcome back. My name is Travis, the West Coast Flyer, and today the channel is taking a turn for a different direction. As you know, I do drone content, drone-related information, how to fly drones, different things you can do with your drones, different ways to operate your drone. However, today we're doing something a little bit different than we've normally done, and we're going to do a phone review. Yes, after 4 years, I did upgrade my device. Now, normally, I do not do phone reviews on this channel, so you can probably count this the first and last review I'll ever do. But I thought it was pretty important because it is related to what I do with flying a drone. So I'll start by saying this. Prior to this video, I was using the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. I don't have a controller with a screen built in to fly my drone, so I've always used a drone, or I've always used my phone to fly my drone. And it hasn't been bad, it's actually been great. There are a couple of downsides to it, getting messages or getting phone calls while you're flying. It's never been 100% great, but I will say this though, while I say it hasn't been great, it's worked. So it's worked this far, but it was time for me to go ahead and upgrade to a new device. So this is the official review of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. That's what I upgraded to. Great phone so far. We'll talk a little bit about that, and then talk about a little bit too, why am I reviewing a phone on this channel. So first and foremost, I've had this phone for about 2 weeks now. So I've had some time to really play with it, almost 2 weeks. I've had some time to really play with it, really get to know it, and so far, it has been awesome. So of course, the party trick of this phone is that this phone allows you to open it, unfold it like this, and then you have what is pretty much this mini tablet experience. And so far, I don't have any complaints. I'm not going to go into specs and all that because, like I said, I don't really do phone reviews anyway. This is just something that I'm doing because it is partially related to what I already do. So one of the just great things about this phone is having the ability to have this front screen, and basically you've got this version of a phone that just looks like a regular phone screen. Some people call it the candy bar screen. They say that the front screen is a little bit more narrow than a regular screen. That is true, but I have to be honest with you and tell you, I haven't missed the wider screen at all. As a matter of fact, this has actually made it 10 times easier to get to other apps on my screen. You still have a one-handed mode, which is something I've been into for years. I've always used one-handed mode, and all of a sudden now I can't do it. I've always done it. There it goes. One-handed mode, so it lets you access anything on your screen within reach of your thumb. Then of course you tap the outer edge, it goes back. So one of the cool features about this phone is, let's say you're on YouTube and you're watching a video, and let me see a cool little video to watch. Here's a video about the Z Fold 4. So you're watching a video, you turn your phone to the side just like normal. What's cool is when you open your screen, there's a setting that lets you basically keep watching the video. So how cool is that? So there's just a lot of cool features about this phone. You fold it in half, basically this turns into a desktop experience on the phone. I mean, how cool is that? Now I'm using the phone. Now the phone I have, I did go ahead and get the S Pen with it. So here's some of the downsides to the phone. In case you were wondering, no, the S Pen does not work on the front screen of the phone. Coming from the Galaxy Note 9, that was a big loss for me, because I can't tell you how many times someone has tried to give me a phone number or some information, and I've broken out my S Pen and just wrote on the screen. It's been awesome. It does work on the inside, but to be honest with you, when you're trying to take a note, that extra step of now opening your phone in order to take a note, in my opinion, it's a little bit much. So I really wish they had made this S Pen work on the front screen, but it does not. So another thing you do lose if you're coming from a Note and going to the Z Fold and you decide to go with the S Pen, this S Pen is, I'm going to call it the old style S Pen. So if you remember, the S Pen basically was used for just doing things like jotting notes, but then we moved to a point where the S Pen, like in the Note 9, also in the Note 10, all the way up to now, the S Pen has usually a Bluetooth capability. And what that would allow you to do is hold down the button here. It turns on your camera. You can play and pause music. You can play and pause a video. You can start a video if you're using the video portion of your phone. There were so many things the S Pen could do. This S Pen does not do any of those things. On the other hand, there are a lot of other cool things it can do. I won't get into all those right now, but I will tell you this. It's not a Bluetooth S Pen. It is just a normal S Pen that allows you to basically do things like write on the screen. I think you can do screen write on it still, which is pretty cool. So just a lot of things it does. You can still create a screen, and there you go, like, there we go. Remember that? Yeah, still cool. So nothing bad about the S Pen itself. It's just that, again, if you're coming from a Note style phone, this phone, S Pen, does not perform with this phone the way the S Pen performs on the Notes, or probably what's now the Galaxy S22 Ultra, which also has an S Pen. I'm sure it's Bluetooth. But outside of that, if you're an S Pen person, I would say definitely get it. So who is this phone for? Well, it's for, in my opinion, anyone that's looking for a phone mini tablet experience. I previously had a Galaxy Tab A as a tablet, and then I had the Note as a phone. I actually got this to replace both of those. And so far, it has not disappointed. This screen is about 0.9 inches smaller, if that, than an iPad mini screen. Now it doesn't, you might be thinking, well, it looks a lot smaller. Well, that's because unlike the iPad mini, it doesn't have a lot of bezel around the sides. Very little bezel, as you can see. So the screen size itself is about the size of an iPad mini, but without the bezel, it just looks a lot smaller. So that's really cool. If you're a person that is always trying to create on the go, you do a lot of creating maybe on your break, maybe you still have a regular job, you create on your break from work, or you like being out and about, you travel a lot, this phone is definitely for that person. If you're a person that does a lot of traveling and sits at airports a lot, I'm gonna tell you right now, the difference between this and having a phone, like a regular phone, is huge. It's a huge difference. I would love to show you some content on Netflix or Disney Plus right now, but the reality is I'll probably get a copyright strike if I do that. So I won't do that. But yeah, it's just an awesome phone when it comes to viewing content. Even around my own peers, I broke it out and said, "Ooh, let me turn on a video or watch some Netflix," and they're just enamored by the screen. They're just looking like, "Oh my gosh." So this phone is really cool for that kind of thing, especially if you're a content creator. You see I got my KineMaster here. For content, look at that. When you're trying to create content on the go, this is huge. This is a big difference than what I was doing on just a regular device on the go. So a lot of cool things there. So let's talk a little bit about where I'm running into an issue. So I get this phone, I transfer everything over, I'm excited. One of the things I'm most excited about is I have a a thing that holds my phone for when I fly my drone. And I'm pretty sure this is gonna fit. Honestly, I haven't tried it yet, but the problem is it won't matter, because upon getting this phone and downloading DJI Go 4, this is what happens when I click on it. It goes, it disappears. It usually gives me a message saying it's software error. Here we go, something went wrong. Close, this app has a bug, Got it. DJI Go 4 app does not work on this phone. Major major issue for me. As you know, I use, again, my phone to fly drones. I fly the Mavic 2 Zoom, and that's the app you need. I did a trade-in, so even though I still currently have my Note 9, it's going back so I can get that credit that let me get this phone for a lot cheaper than the regular price. So, what am I gonna do? That's the question. How am I gonna fly my drone with this phone? And once I get rid of my old phone, and I don't have a controller with a screen in it. The answer, I don't know. So unfortunately, that grounds me as a drone pilot. Like, I can't fly without that app. So I looked it up online, and there was a forum out there, and other people that have gotten the Fold 4 apparently have had the same issue. If you know anything about that, and you know, hey, you got to do this, there's a fix for it, you got to email or DJI, whoever, whatever, let me know, because I don't, outside of that, I have no way of flying my drone. It's actually really disappointing right now. It's definitely got me looking at a controller with a screen in it built in, so I don't have that problem anymore. But as you know, those are like $800, and I just got this, so that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But I just wanted to let everyone know or see this new device. Again, it is an awesome device. That probably is my only real issue with it so far, is the not being able to fly my drone with this device. But as always, I'm always going to still do more content. I'll probably be using this phone. The video on it is awesome, so I'll probably use this phone to shoot video about my drone and stuff like that without, as far as flying it, again, we'll just have to figure out what to do. There might be a back door I can use to, download the right app so I can fly my drone using this phone. More content coming. I have been away from the channel for a while due to some other outside activities in life, and but I appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully you get some value from this video. If you're wondering, if you just are watching this video just wondering if you just get the Note or the Fold 4 and it has nothing to do with flying a drone, yes, this phone is legit. It is. I don't even know how people are gonna come up with a phone better than this. I mean, I know they will, but it's just, my gosh. So, okay, well, until next time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. It really does help me grow on this channel. And until next time, fly safe.